And we're back, and we're joined now by VOA's Arcega for a look at the U.S. election and how its result may affect the global economy.
So, Mil, there was substantial political support overseas for President Obama's re-election.
Yes.
What kind of effect is that going to have economically?
Well, keep in mind, Alex, that this is a status quo election. This is what the rest of the world actually, if they could have voted, this is what they wanted to have seen. They want steady leadership. They want something they know rather than the thing that they don't know. So,
right.
So in fact, what it is a green light to continue forward with whatever was going on in the global economy right now. Where Obama is concerned, where Europe is concerned, where China is concerned. It is a status quo election. Let's keep moving forward.
And that was President Obama's campaign slogan,
yes,
forward,
was,
yes.
And now he's going to stay in the White House, so what do you think are going to be his challenges as far as the global economics are concerned?
Look, it's very important to note that either candidate would have faced very strong headwinds and very big challenges ahead. You're looking at a Europe that seems to be deepening. The recession in Europe appears to be deepening. You've got a China that is facing also a leadership change. And you've got the U.S. facing what could be a very dire fiscal cliff. So these are all issues that either leader would have had to face. They're particularly exacerbated because the U.S. is such a large economy that if anything should happen to the U.S., if the U.S. stumbles in any way economically, so does the rest of the world. And that is a big problem there.
And of course, people, when you're talking about these potential stumbles in the economy, people think about the effect, what effect is this going to have on my pocketbook, on my bank account? What kind of outcome did we see in terms of stocks as a result of this election?
During Election Day, it was relief that finally this is going to be over. And if you stayed up late enough, you would have noticed that the stock futures, U.S. stock futures, before the Wall Street opened, were actually rising. But what happened was early in the morning, the European Union suggested that their forecast had to change, that in fact the recession in the 17-nation Eurozone is likely to be worse. So as a result, what you saw was a tanking stock market. I think the Dow Jones on Wednesday was down as much as 1.5%.
Yeah.
So it's fairly large. I think how it will impact you on the pocketbook issues really depends on how Europe deals with this crisis. They have not asked for help from the U.S. yet. It really will depend. I think a lot of the fear really is about the upcoming fiscal cliff here in the United States, whether or not leaders here can reach some kind of a bipartisan deal to stave off what could be a very deep crisis that could affect the entire world, a recession here in the United States, and if that happens here, it's bound to happen elsewhere.
Okay, quickly in 20 seconds, if I've got stocks, should I be concerned?
I think if you have stock, you should always go for a conservative bet in any case. We should always be concerned anytime you're putting money that you really desperately need to put in your pocket to pay for other things. You need to be very conservative in your investment portfolio. Expect a lot of ups and downs, but I think most economists are quite optimistic that politicians here will reach some kind of a consensus that we cannot afford a fiscal cliff. So hang on to your money, do invest, but invest wisely.
Fantastic.
All right, Mil, thank you so much.